I want to start off the video by saying that this is not a deck profile. Unfortunately, there is still one card that has yet to been revealed for the Tachyon Support, and I don't want to make a deck profile with an incomplete set. Instead, I want to talk about the cards individually and a few interactions that you may find useful. But please take this with a grain of salt because this could change drastically. Tomorrow the new card could come out and change everything. But with that being said, let's get into the video. The focus of this video will be Galaxy Eye's Tachyon Primal. It has 3 effects, 2 of which are currently useful. One of these effects are, if a Dragon Xyz monster is on the field, quick effect. You can special summon this card from your hand to either field. The other effect is, if this card is normal or special summoned, its owner adds 1 Tachyon spell/trap from their deck to their hand. So finally we have a Tachyon Transmigration Searcher, or perhaps 2 of them. Yes, it is possible to search Tachyon Transmigration twice in the first turn, and if you don't believe me, well, how about I just show you. Isn't that interaction between Cypher and Primal so cool? You initially special summon Primal using Expedition onto your side of the field, and then you search 1 Tachyon Transmigration, and then you proceed to special summon it again but onto your opponent's side of the field, and then you use regular Cypher to steal back that Primal. I absolutely love that interaction. And did you also notice that I used Cypher X at the very end of the combo, meaning that this will work in Master Duel as well, because Master Duel uses OCG ruling. But I do have to say this though, please take it with a grain of salt. There is still 1 card left that we don't know, and it may change everything. For now, just consider this a baseline, and we can only go up from here. I also want to point out the similarities between Primal and Afterglow. Both of them are able to special summon themselves to your side of the field, meaning they're both really good expedition targets. The thing is that in most cases you're probably going to be special summoning Primal through Expedition. This is because although they're both recursive in nature, if you want to be able to have 2 Tachyon Transmigrations in your hand, you need to be able to special summon Primal twice, 1 through Expedition and 1 from the hand. If you special summon Primal from the hand, you won't be able to do it again because it's a once per turn effect. In my eyes, I kinda see this as Trance versus Last Hope. Both should work together and are not really supposed to compete against each other, so one isn't necessarily better than the other. Also, if you have 2 copies of Primal, then you can use number 90 Photon Lord to add another Primal from the deck to your hand during your opponent's draw phase or standby phase, and because Primal's special summon effect is a quick effect, you'll be able to special summon it on your side of the field to retrieve another Tachyon Transmigration. With that being said, that Tachyon Transmigration will be in your hand, so instead of using Last Hope to go into number 38, perhaps you would want to go into number 107, so you can use all 3 of your Tachyon Transmigrations from your hand. But I do want to warn you, running 3 Tachyon Transmigrations might be a bit of a problem for you, but it's ultimately your choice. I know everyone's excited for the Tachyon Support, so I know many of you are going to be running 3 Tachyon Transmigrations regardless. Just bear in mind that if you're constantly bricking with Tachyon Transmigration, then perhaps you should cut it down to 2. But once again, I can't say for certain because of the unknown card. And speaking of bricking, this also applies to your second copy of Primal. Remember, I said you can search Primal with number 90 Photon Lord during the draw phase or the standby phase. This would have to be a second copy because you've already used one. And although you'll be missing out on searching a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon for Soul Flare, I'm pretty sure you'd prefer an omni-negate compared to destroying one monster. In fact, I think there's a better variation of Galaxy Eyes which involves Infinity Dragon if you want to use triple Tachyon Transmigration, but that will be for another video. For now, I'll show you a similar combo as before, but our end board will revolve around triple Tachyon Transmigration. Now that is quite a strong end board, and if you were paying attention you would have noticed that I was using Numeron Creation instead of Last Hope. That's not to say for the triple Tachyon Transmigration combo that you need Numeron Creation, you can do it with Last Hope as well, but I just wanted to show that Numeron Creation is actually a viable card. In fact, I made a video on this before the Tachyon Support, as Numeron Creation can get you your typical end board. In fact, if you were really paying attention, you would have noticed that I was able to use Numeron Creation even though I only had 2 monsters with 3000 attack on my side of the field. The card only requires 3 on the field in general and does not specify what side of the field. With that being said, I do want to specify that this is not a combo guide, as the combos that you see now are subject to change due to the fact that there is an unknown card. There's also a card I've been experimenting with. Remember how we're able to special summon Primal to our opponent's side of the field? Well, I've been thinking if there was some way to incorporate Hyper Galaxy, a card that I've been advocating for a long time, and I want to see if I'm able to put it inside a combo. I haven't thought of anything yet, but that unknown card may come in handy. It would also special summon a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon on their turn and allow you to use Galaxy 100 to banish another card from their extra deck. And now that I think about it, you could also use it on the first turn. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is perhaps you will find the combo that involves Hyper Galaxy. If you're that type of person who likes discovering combos, I'll highly advise you to join the Photon Sanctuary Discord server. It's an amazing place to improve your deck building and your combo knowledge. Anyways, what about the other cards? So far, it seems like the spell/trap cards aren't that useful, but that may change in the future once again. One more thing I want to talk about is Infinity Dragon. This card is completely busted in my opinion, and warrants its own video. In fact, I'm going to talk about Infinity Dragon alongside with the other cards. I guess I can talk about Infinity Dragon just a tiny bit. One Infinity Dragon can create 3 other dragons.